everyone, welcome to our channel Love of Biology. Today we are going to learn about Mendel 3 laws of inheritance. Mendel proposed or postulated 3 laws. They are law of dominance, law of segregation and law of independent assortment. Let us see one by one. First, law of dominance. We already learned what is the dominant and recessive terms, different terms in previous video. So, law of dominance. According to Mendel, genes are unit factors. He called genes as unit factors which present in pairs as contrasting traits, nothing but alleles. One is dominant trait and other one is recessive trait. Dominant trait will express its characters in homozygous as well as in the heterozygous conditions. We learned already these terms in previous video. Go through those things. And monohybrid cross is example for the law of dominance. What is this? Actually a cross between two organisms with the different traits of a single character. So that character here example is height. So two traits, two organisms the cross between. So one with a homozygous tall and other is homozygous dwarf. Height is a character, single character, so monohybrid cross. So they crossed. After that, F1 hybrid, the first filial generation after the cross, the result was heterozygous tall. So all the plants, 100%, they got the result of heterozygous tall plant. Mendel crossed this. So already learned what are the rules for the Mendel cross. First, cross pollination, later the self pollination. Here F1 hybrids are self pollinated. So that means these heterozygous tall plants are crossed to get the result. What he got? One is pure homozygous tall, two are heterozygous talls, and one is homozygous dwarf. So here one capital T, that is dominant trait, can express its characters in both homozygous as well as heterozygous condition. So this is the result. So the ratio, phenotypic ratio for monohybrid cross is 3:1. That means 3 tall and 1 is the dwarf. This is phenotypic, means physical appearance. Then genotypic ratio, that is genetic makeup. The result is 1:2:1. One homozygous, two heterozygous and another one homozygous dwarf. Next, law of segregation. According to this, in this postulate, Mendel explained genes segregate during the gamete formation. The reproductive genes will undergo meiosis, which are in diploid condition, both male and female reproductive genes. Meiosis means it is a reduction division, so diploid cells will reduce us to the haploid cells after meiosis. This is due to unit factors or genes will undergo segregation during gamete formation. After fertilization, they will again fuse together. Actually, example for this is also monohybrid cross. Here you can see the segregation of the gametes. So from the homozygous tall, one trait is separated, and from homozygous dwarf another one. So they fuse together to give the heterozygous one. So the result is same, and the ratio is also same for the law of segregation, just a separation of the gametes during meiosis. After meiosis, this will take place. Next, law of independent assortment. So when two or more pairs of traits are brought together in a cross, the inheritance of one trait is independent on other trait, because they may present on different chromosomes or whatever it is. So that is the law of independent assortment. Example is dihybrid cross, trihybrid cross. These will come to the example. So what is this dihybrid cross? Nothing but a cross between the two organisms based on two different characters. Here they crossed the organisms, so they choose based on two characters. Two characters, seed color, round and yellow is dominant over the wrinkled and green color. So what is the result here? After again the segregation of the gametes will take place. Here you can see all are round and yellow, heterozygous one, but all are round and yellow. The result is same again. So after that, first generation, F1 generation or first filial generation, if you see, is the result. Here you can see different types of the organisms. Some are round and yellow, some are round and green, some are wrinkled and yellow, and some are wrinkled and green color ones. So the ratio, what will be the ratio for this? So phenotypic ratio means physical appearance, genotypic ratio means genetic makeup. Let us see one by one what is the ratio for this cross, what will we get in F2 generation? That is second filial generation. So let us see the ratio first. Let's see the phenotypic ratio first, that is physical appearance. So here the phenotypic ratio is 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. So yellow round ones, maybe they are in the heterozygous condition or homozygous condition. So 9 are there, let us count. So round yellow are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9 are there, and next 3 is round and green. You can see the 3 green and round ones, and wrinkled yellow are 3, as well as last one is the green and wrinkled one. So phenotypic ratio and genotypic ratio, you can see 1 is to 2 is to 1 is to 2 is to 4 is to 2 is to 1 is to 2 is to 1. So the genotypic means we know that. So the genetic makeup of the organisms, so you can find out in this diagram. So this is about the Dihabit cross ratio. One character is independent on the other character, they are passing to the next generation, they are inheriting to the next generation. This is about the law of independent assortment. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe my channel, like it, as well as share it. Thank you everyone.